you want to make sure that all the effort that you're going to put in creating an online course, it actually pays off. The last thing you want to do is create a course, launch it, and just hear crickets. Cricky, cricky, nobody buys. So how do you lower the risk of nobody buying? Well, before you build the course, you gather feedback. You gather as much intel as possible that is going to prove and validate that your idea has any legs and that people are willing to pay for that. And the way you do that is through a 3-stage process, which basically consists on reaching out to your audience, gathering market proof, gathering actual feedback from potential students that say, yes, this is something I would buy. And finally, the most important one is getting people to buy your course before you build it. Now, the greatest validation of all is when somebody actually invests on your idea before you build it. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it and how I did it myself. All right, let's do it. So the first stage on course validation is finding proof of market. And for that, we can do 3 things. We can search on Google, on course marketplaces to look for existing courses on a similar topic. And finally, we can use a more analytical approach, which is using Google Keyword Planner to find out exactly how many people every month are looking for that specific topic. And I'm going to show you the 3 ways. All right, so let's start with search on Google or on course marketplaces. Now, the searches on Google are going to show up also a lot of results from existing marketplaces like Udemy or SkillShare or Coursera. So, I mean, it could be bundled together. You can also go to the actual platform and look inside the platform, but Google is going to also show results from the existing platform. So you can do both. What you're going to be looking for on Google is literally typing the topic that you're looking for, plus forum, plus course, or plus tutorial, because then depending on the results that you get, you'll be able to see that there's actually a market for it. If you find absolutely no courses, no forums, no tutorials on the topic you're trying to teach, that's a really bad indicator. The world is very big and people are continuously, over 1 billion people are continuously searching for solutions to their problems every day. There should be at least several thousand people looking at least monthly for that specific solution to the problem that to the solution that you're gonna provide through your course, right? So you're gonna search for these things, and then depending on the results that you get, you'll be able to validate it or not. So let's do it so you have a specific idea of how would this look like. Let's find proof of market using Google. So let's say we want to create a course on meditation, and specifically meditation for busy people or entrepreneurs. So what we're going to do is go to Google, type our topic or the problem that we want to solve, plus the word tutorial, course, or forum, and then we're going to get different results. And you can see the top results. And we can see that there's already a course on Udemy on meditation for entrepreneurs. So there you go, that's our first point of validation. And now we want to make sure that people are actually watching this course. So once we click on it and we go on Udemy, we can actually go to Udemy itself or any other marketplace and type the same thing. We'll find different courses. And we can see a couple of courses on Udemy: simple meditation for busy entrepreneurs and meditation for entrepreneurs. And we can see that it has 6 5-star ratings. It has 400 students. There you go, there's some validation right here. People are taking this course, are paying for it, and they seem to be happy. The same thing here. 1,400 students, 15 5-star reviews. So this is a pretty good course. It's literally just 1 hour on video, and then there's probably audio here as well, 2.5 hours of audio. So about 3 hours of content. She has just 1 hour of video. So this is a course that you can literally record in a couple of days. Preparing it probably would take a little bit longer, but you can create a course similar to this, focusing on a different niche, and you know that there is some validation out there that people are looking for this. The important thing is you want to look for proof of people paying money for a similar course, because if people are just looking for information but not willing to pay for it, and you don't have proof of people spending money, then it's going to be harder to monetize. Now, entrepreneurs, by definition, are people that have income. They're making money most of the time, and they're very busy, and they could use meditation. So this is a demographic that has money, and we can see here proof that they're willing to spend money on it. So this is actually good. A lot of people get discouraged when they see similar courses, but the reality is that there is a market. Do you think the market is bigger than 2,000 people in the world that could buy a similar course? Yes, the world is humongous. So even if these people had 10,000 students, there's still room for a really good course on the same topic. In fact, when there are more courses on a topic, they actually help each other, because then people see, okay, there is validation that there is enough of a market that there's people creating several courses. And what happens is some people prefer learning from different people. So think about what can you provide on this course that differentiates you from your competition, right? It could be focusing on a specific market, or entrepreneurs, or not all kinds of entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs that are running small businesses, or entrepreneurs that are running multinationals, or something like that. Or it could be almost the same course, but because just the fact that you're teaching it and you have different credentials and you have a different personality, different people are going to resonate with you. You can use a different pricing point. You can make it longer, shorter. You can use different approaches, different music, whatever. It's your own take on a topic that now you've proven that people are willing to pay money for. And that's exactly what you're looking for. So in this case, this validation stage would be proven. The next thing is you want to go into a more analytical approach to finding market validation, is using a tool like Google Keyword Planner. And I'm going to show you how to do that next. Let's use Google Keyword Planner to find market proof for our course idea. So just type Google Keyword Planner on Google, then you'll find it. You click on it, and then enter your Google password, and then you'll go into this page, and you have different options. You're going to select search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category, and then you're going to enter your topic, and then you can modify this and try to find different variations of it. But let's say we're just looking for meditation for entrepreneurs, try to see that there's actually people looking for this, searching for this online. And then the only recommendation is to enter free as a negative word. We don't want to look for people that are looking for free solutions, because those people are not going to pay for stuff. We want to make sure for people that are looking for solutions that they can pay. So if they're typing free on their search, obviously they're not looking for a paid solution. So we're going to make sure that the negative word is that. You have a bunch of other options, languages, different demographics, depending on your country. You're going to make sure that you're looking for people that are searching for that specific topic on your demographic or language or country. And now we're just going to click Get Ideas, and we find average monthly searches for keywords that are related or similar to your main keyword here. In this case, meditation for entrepreneurs. And we can see there's a lot of them. We got 500,000, 600, 700,000 in January searches on that topic. That is a lot. This is a pretty big market once you're getting close to the million searches a month on these countries, right? For that specific keyword, actually, the average monthly searches is very low. It's 30. You want to find keywords that have over 1,000 searches a month at least. And a good number would be 10,000, 50,000. If it's a very, very popular keyword, then it would be hard to rank high for that specific keyword, because there's going to be a lot of competition. But anyways, in this case, you could actually rank higher if you just optimize your course for this keyword. But the problem is that there's not a lot of people searching for that. So you get about 30 people finding maybe your course, but I mean, most of them wouldn't buy. You may get 1% conversion ratio, even 10% conversion. That would be about 3 sales a month. Not really a big market enough. But anyways, this gives me an idea that people are looking for this type of course, something related to meditation for entrepreneurs. And you have here ideas. Over the other ideas you can have here, like meditation for success, meditation classes. Here we have 4,000, so that's over 1,000. So that's pretty good. Success meditation, mindfulness. What is mindfulness meditation? So mindfulness is becoming something very trendy nowadays. So maybe you wanna also include on your description something related to mindfulness, or a chapter on mindfulness, because we can see that it keeps appearing. Stillness, mindfulness, and meditation. And what we can also do is, under keyword filters, we can go here and click in between and make sure that the results that we get are between, let's say, 1,000 searches minimum and maybe maximum 50,000, and then click save. And now we can see here the keywords that have at least over 1,000 searches a month. And we can see here what is mindfulness, famous entrepreneurs. A lot of them are not related. Meditation course, we could type here. Try different variations, meditation classes. Anyways, we can see there's a lot of keywords with the word meditation that have over 1,000 searches a month, which means people are looking for solutions on how to meditate. Meditation for beginners, that's a great title. There's probably, if we were to type this on Google, we probably find a lot of resources on this. So you may have an idea, but then actually you realize that there's a good idea. Okay, so meditation for beginners. If we type here course, maybe there's a course on it. And we have a Udemy course already. So that it already validates that the market. 2,000 students, a lot of five-star reviews. That's really good. 45. It's 4.5 hours long. So there you go. This is a pretty good course. It's being validated. People are taking it. They like it. There is an opportunity to do something similar, better, even charge more for it and sell it on your own. Anyways, this is a market that now, through these strategies, just searching on Google for proof and through the keyword planner, we can see that there's actually people looking for this. So before you create your course, make sure to go through this validation stage. The next validation stage is going to gather feedback from potential buyers. Course validation is stage 2. We've been able to prove that there is a market out there that wants your solution by searching online on forums, on marketplaces with Google Keyword Planner. That's great. The next stage is to actually go out there and ask your existing network, reach out and find out exactly what they want. Would they buy a course on this? Would they be willing to spend money to open their wallet and spend money for a solution? And if you were to provide that solution in the form of a course, would they be willing to buy it? How much would they be willing to pay? If the answer is no, I'm not interested, then you need to pivot, change your idea until you get enough people saying, yes, I'm interested, and then you build your course based on this feedback. This is a crucial step. It's a little bit harder because you have to do more work, but it can save you the disappointment of not finding anybody willing to pay for your course. The great thing about doing this is that to all the people that you reached out and said yes, they already kind of like committed to buying it because they said yes. Of course, there's a big gap between saying yes and I would buy and then buying it, but we'll get to that next. Right now, we just want to find feedback, and there is several ways you can do so. There are 3 main stages to gathering feedback. First, you're going to reach out to your audience. So let's say you have an email list. Great. Send an email asking for feedback. Social media. Maybe you don't have an email list, but you have a lot of followers on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Instagram. Whatever you have an audience, reach out and try to gather this feedback. Your existing network. Maybe you don't use social media. Maybe you don't have an email list, but you have people that know you, your family, your friends, friends of your friends, your professional network. Reach out to them and gather as much feedback as you can. So the next step is you're going to collect that feedback either by email. You could ask a simple question on email and get email responses. You could go a step further and send people to a survey where you ask a specific questions so you can learn more about the needs and wants and desires of your potential students. You can do free consultations where you're like, an example would be, hey, I'm interested in teaching people how to create online courses. Is that something that interests you? I could give you a free coaching call based where I can answer any questions related to that specific topic. Maybe I'll give you a free consultation on how to find more abundance in life, how to meditate, and people will ask you questions, and you provide this free consultation. And what you're gonna do is extract their main problems, because a consultation is just an opportunity to help somebody solve their problems. Now, those problems, you can create a course that solves those problems. So basically, the job that you're doing in the consultation, the course is going to do. So maybe in the future you don't want to do consultations anymore, which happens a lot, and you can send people, well, if you cannot afford my consultation fees or my coaching fees, take my course, learn the fundamentals, the solutions, and then from them on, maybe you can hire me to do consultations. You see? But what happens is that through this process of asking questions, you're gathering the intel, the data, the feedback that you need to make sure you build a course people actually want. And finally, what you're going to do is analyze all this data through the emails, survey responses, or through your free consultations. And you're going to find out exactly what are the main struggling points your audience has and address those in your course. Because you could create a course and just guess what people want, and you may be right. Maybe 50% of the stuff that you put there is correct, but maybe you forgot that there's some really crucial elements that most people are struggling with, and you don't know until you ask. That's why it's so crucial. That way, when you release the course, you know that the majority of the people that have that problem are going to be interested in that course because you solved it, right? So you can ask several questions to your audience. You can ask, what are you struggling the most with in your topic? Let's say meditation, or raising money for your company, or building a house, or playing tennis, or whatever it is. And maybe people say, well, my surf is really bad. Okay, I can create a course based on surfing, because, or in my case, I play soccer, right? I've been playing soccer for over 30 years right now. But soccer is such a broad thing. You have a strategy, you have passing, heading, controlling, free kicks, penalty kicks, slide tackles. There's a million things you can learn. But maybe I can find out what people are struggling the most with. Maybe it's right-footed people that want to learn how to kick with their left. And I know personally, as a right-footed soccer player, that being able to kick and shoot on goal with precision with both legs can literally double the amount of goals that you score. So that's something that you could create a course around that. So you want to extract that by asking the right questions. And that would be one potential question. A variation of that question could be, what are your main questions regarding a specific topic? Playing tennis, playing soccer, meditation, golf, whatever it is. And then extract those questions. And those questions could be actual chapters. Those questions could be chapters in your course where you're answering that question. Once you see a common thread, a lot of people asking the same question, you know that the market, your audience, is asking for a solution, right? A very direct question would be, would you buy a course that solves this specific problem? So there you go. That's kind of like very, very direct. So you're thinking about creating a course on meditation for entrepreneurs, and you would be like, a lot of people are finding a lot of benefits from meditating, and would you buy a course that teaches you the fundamentals of meditating? And people could say yes or no. Well, what you're going to do next is you want to gather enough data. Asking 3 people and getting 3 yeses is not enough, especially if you're your friends or family or your mom or your sister. They're more likely going to say yes because they're related to you. So getting strangers or people that are not really closely tied to you to give you feedback is exactly what you're looking for. So let's say you're collecting email feedback. I would say you have to collect at least 50 emails from 50 different people that are not your direct friends that say give you, like, say, yes, I would buy this course, I would be interested in this, or definitely this topic that you want to cover is something that I really need a solution for, right? If you're collecting surveys, getting at least 100 to 500 people filling up that survey is also a good number, because the more data that you have, the more likely will be that you find people that are really having specific problems that keep repeating, right? If you're doing free consultations, it takes a lot longer, it's more effort. So I would say get at least 20 people on the phone where you can extract all those questions, and then you'll start seeing patterns that you can apply towards creating the outline for your online course, and always based on real world feedback, not assumptions. So there you go. Course validation strategy number 3. All right, pre-sell your course. This is by far my favorite one, and this is exactly when I launched my first course in 2010, exactly what I did. And I'm going to explain you right now how it works. So you have two options to do this. You can either do a beta offer to your audience, which basically means selling the course at a discount to a selected group of people, or you can run a crowdfunding campaign on a platform like Kickstarter or IndiGoGo or whatever is available out there. Now, for the beta offer to your audience, this is exactly how it works. So you're going to create a sales page, then you're going to drive traffic to the sales page, and you want to get at least 20 sales in 1 month. This is somewhat of an arbitrary number, but this is exactly what I did in 2010, when I released my first course, How to Create an Awesome Demo Video. What you want to have is at least some validation of people buying your course. And this cannot be your friends, your mother or your sister, your brother. 20 people that are not related to you, that are willing to open their wallets and spend their hard-earned dollars on a course that you haven't built yet. So what you're going to do is create a sales page for your course that you haven't built yet. And on this page, you're going to do exactly what sales pages do. You're going to explain the problem that you're solving, and then how your course is solving that problem. Maybe a little bit of information about the modules that your course is going to have. If you have any testimonials from previous clients working with you, from people that have similar problems and solved it, anything that gives you some social proof, like your credentials or anything, you're going to create a sales page for that. We'll talk later about how to create the perfect sales page. But right now, just think about it. Create a sales page, make it simple, do not get too complex, not too bogged down with the details. Then you put a PayPal button on it. Or, I mean, you can host it on a blog post. If you have a blog on WordPress, this is exactly what I did. I just created a new blog post. I explained what the course was gonna be, and then I literally put a PayPal button, which is free, and then I sold the full course was gonna be $297. I pre-sold it for $97. All right, but nowadays, this was 5 years ago. Nowadays, it's a lot easier. You could use an existing platform like Teachable or Thinkific, which allows you to create a sales page really easy. You just go and say new course, and immediately there's a blank template where you can add all the details about your course. You can also set a price, so all the payment system, all the technical stuff is taken care of for you right away. Very easy to use platforms. You can even use Udemy or a course marketplace to create a blank course and then drive traffic to it. Now, the problem with some of them is that you may not be able to publish the course until there's actually content. So that is the problem. In a case of a marketplace like Udemy, you will have to create at least a minimum viable course, maybe just the first module of it before you can actually publish it, right? But if you want to go my way, which is the simplest one, which is not creating the course, just the sales page, I recommend just use your own blog. You can use lead pages or ClickFunnels or something that allows you to create a sales page really fast. And then don't get bogged down with the details. Put a price. The price should be somewhere like at least 50% or less of the full price. In my case, was about 30% of the full price. And then drive traffic to it. So you have an email list. Just announce the course to your email list and say, I'm going to be creating this course. I'm going to launch it in 2 months from now. And I want to see if you guys are interested in pre-buying it. And everybody that buys it is going to get it at a discount. Organic traffic. In my case, I didn't have any email traffic at that time. I had a blog post that had about 100 visits a day. So what I did, I announced this course for a month, and I said from now till the end of the month. So let's say I started in October 1st. So by the end of the month, anybody that buys the course will be able to get it at a discount. After that, it's gonna go full price, and then I'll release the course 2 weeks after that or a month after I close the opportunity to buy it at a discount, right? You want to give people a reason to buy it right now. And finally, the fastest way probably, but the hardest one at the same time to get right is paid traffic. So basically, you're going to buy ads on Google on Facebook, and you're going to direct them to your sales page, and hopefully you can get some sales. And my goal was to get 20 sales in 1 month. You can, if you have a lot more budget, maybe you want to get more, but typically beta offers are between 15 and 30 people. You just need enough people that you can work with them, so they pre-buy the course, and now you actually, because they're committed and they're expecting the course, you can ask them questions, and in return of them answering your questions, they're getting a very high discount, right? So everybody wins. You win because you can build the course with their help, and they win because they get a discount, and they're also part of the creation process of the course, which a lot of people really enjoy. And that's exactly what I did. I put that blog post, and in a month I got exactly 20 sales for that course, and I'm like, this is great validation. I have almost $2,000 on the first month for a course that I haven't created. This is great. I could pay my rent just with the pre-sales of that, right? Obviously, if you don't have an existing audience, it's going to be hard. If you don't have an email list, it's going to be hard. If you don't have any social media following, it's going to be harder to do so. But you could get on the phone to your network and say, call like 20 people that you think could benefit from this course, and see if you can get 2, 3, 5 people to pre-buy the course. If you don't get anybody, then obviously there's something wrong with it. You haven't been able to validate it, but this is the best way of validating it. Of course, you want to create some scarcity. People need a reason to buy now. So a lot of times people give a very big discount, like 80% discount. I would say that a good discount would be sell the course for like 25% of the full price. So if the whole course was $1,000, sell it for $250. In my case, the course was $297, and I was selling it for $97. It has to be clear that they're really getting a great deal if they take action soon. That's why there's going to be limited seats. Not a million people can take advantage of this offer, and then you want to have a deadline. So it could be 1, 2 weeks. In my case, it was 1 month. Because I was not getting enough traffic to knowing that I was going to sell this in 2 days, right? I didn't have an email list. I didn't have an existing audience, just organic traffic. So I was able to get, a bunch of sales on the first month that I published this course, and that validated my idea. So I really encourage you to do this. Go through the whole process, and at the end, once you have collected enough data using the asking for feedback, getting proof of market, now you're going to build a product based on that feedback, and then you're going to pre-sell it. Once you pre-sell it, now you can actually start building it. And some people are like, well, is it okay to sell something that you haven't built? Of course it is. It happens all the time. How many times people pre-buy their next iPhone or their next toy because they want to be the first one to get it? right? Sometimes they don't even get a discount for buying it early, and they're willing to put a deposit for it, right? And then they have to pay the full price. You're telling them that they won't have to pay anything extra. They'll have maybe lifetime access to the course for a very big discount. So there's a big incentive for people to pre-buy your course. And let's say that then you change your mind, you don't want to build your course. I mean, who knows, anything can happen. Well, you just refund the people. You know, there's no risk involved on any party. So there you go. Create your sales page. Do it fast. Don't get bogged down with technology. Make sure that people have a reason to buy. Then spend a month promoting it. Get at least 20 people to pre-buy it. Leverage all the audience channels that you have. And if you get enough sales, you validated your course, and now you can confidently spend the time to produce the full course, which is exactly what I'm going to teach you in this course. All right, let's do it. The second pre-selling strategy, which I really like, but it's a little bit harder to implement if you don't know what you're doing, is crowdfunding. Using a platform like Kickstarter or IndiGoGo to raise money to build your course or to launch whatever you want, right? And the great advantage is that, again, you get money before you build it. You know, once you've raised the money that you wanted, that's the perfect validation. Second, you get more exposure because these platforms are inherently designed for people to share them. They have a great network effect. If you were to post like your sales page and your blog post, you don't have any traffic. If you put it on Udemy or on Teachable, and you don't have an existing audience or an email list to drive traffic to it, it's harder. But this is kind of like a marketplace for crowdfunding projects. So if your projects start getting traction, they start promoting it more to the first page, to the fast growing crowdfunding projects. And it's very easy to share. It's very easy to get paid. You get more exposure. And the good thing is that they have a really good commenting system, and people will ask you questions and you can answer. You can build this relationship with your supporters, with people that are interested in pre-buying your course, and then you get to learn exactly what people want, what are their questions, what are their fears, and then based on that, you can adjust your course and your offer and keep raising money, right? The problem is that, of course, you may not raise the money that you want, but there you go. Nobody loses. The money gets back to the supporters. You found out that the course was not validated, so great. You just lost the time on the validation process, but you learned a lot, right? This course is about how to create courses, not Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaigns. That's a course in itself. But if you want to learn how to run a Kickstarter campaign and an IndiGoGo campaign, you can type online how to run the perfect Kickstarter campaign course or something like that. And one of the first results that I found is this course that has a lot of really good reviews, over almost 10,000 students on Udemy. It's only literally an hour and a half long, and you'll learn all the fundamentals of how to run your own Kickstarter campaign. It's done by, this one in particular is done by Eli Regalado, and it has a little nice resource that you can find here. It has a Trello board with all the different stages of creating, designing, and launching a Kickstarter campaign from week 1, week 2, week 3, drive traffic, optimize, finish, and then launch with a bunch of the nice little pictures. To get to this Trello board, all you have to do is go to grumo.com/crowdfund, as you can see on the screen right now. Then once you go to the Trello board, click Show Menu, and then Copy Board. So you have your own copy that you can edit and do anything you want with it. So there you go. Now we've covered the entire validation process for your potential course. And just to recap, the first stage was finding market proof by searching online, searching existing marketplaces, using Google Keyword Planner. Then we go a step further and we ask our audience exactly what they want, so we can uncover what are their struggling points, and from that, building our outline or our course based on that real world feedback. And then once we have enough feedback, we can go ahead and pre-sell the course based on that feedback. And once we get enough people pre-buying that course, we know that for sure we're building a course that people are willing to pay because they already paid for it, some of them, and because There you go. They paid for it. So now the next thing is to go and build it. For a complete list of the best resources to create, host, and sell online courses used by the top online instructors, go to grumo.com/the list and enter your email address. Thanks for watching.